Urgent prophecy. Your family is not what you think. They are hiding a secret about your birth. Open this. The divine veil is parting now. Archangel Michael stands in command, delivering a message through the spirit of truth, cloaked in fire and light, declaring what has long been hidden from you. Your family is not what you think. You were raised among familiar voices, taught to trust the names and faces that encircled you since birth. But beneath the surface, beneath the smiles, beneath the old photos, beneath the carefully practiced silence, something sacred was concealed. And now, in this sacred hour, what was once buried must rise. The Spirit has stirred the heavens with urgency because the timeline of your soul is accelerating. You were never meant to live inside the illusion they built around you. You were never meant to inherit confusion as your identity. There is something ancient in your bloodline, a story rewritten, a truth disfigured, a child placed under false light. But the hour of revelation is at hand. The atmosphere is shifting, and Archangel Michael is now dispatching his sword of revelation to break every generational deception that tried to rewrite your origin. Understand this clearly. This is not an accident. You are not here listening by chance. This moment was predestined. There is a divine alarm sounding within your spirit, telling you, pay attention. You've been hiding something that has everything to do with who you truly are. The confusion you've battled was not imagined. The ache in your spirit was never just emotional. It was prophetic. The ache was truth trying to rise in you. Archangel Michael has seen the pages torn from your story. He has stood beside the angels assigned to protect the secret long enough. Now, heaven is saying, no more delay. The time has come for you to be restored, not to what they told you, but to what was written about you in heaven's archives. And tonight, yes, tonight, begins the unraveling of the lie. Archangel Michael says, be careful, your birth was never meant to be forgotten. And what your family buried in silence, heaven is now about to shout from the mountaintops. This is not just a warning. This is a divine interruption. Something is shifting around you. Something is surfacing in your bloodline. The energy around your household is becoming restless. The whispers, the glances, the things that were never talked about, they are all stirring now because you are waking up. You are beginning to remember what you never even knew. And that memory is not coming from flesh. It's coming from spirit. You are not just someone's child. You are not just someone's sibling. You are marked. Your arrival on this earth came with purpose, power, and prophecy. But someone in your family tried to intercept that. Someone tried to keep you from walking fully in who you are. They didn't know how to handle your light, so they tried to dim it through lies. They didn't understand the magnitude of your calling, so they tried to tether it to confusion. But now the angelic order has received its charge. The veil must fall. The truth must rise. The story you were told must bow to the story heaven wrote. And that story begins with your birth. Archangel Michael has stood in the courts of heaven, holding the record of your true lineage. The vibration of this message is divine proof. Your birth holds more than they said. Someone covered your true identity with silence. Someone took the scroll of your life and rewrote parts of it, hoping you would never question, never look deeper, never awaken. But your soul is not asleep anymore. You can feel the shifting. You can feel the dissonance in your spirit. You can feel the rising tension in family interactions. That's not just emotion. It's prophetic pressure. Your spirit is pushing against the lie. Your soul is remembering what they hoped you'd never discover. And now Archangel Michael is surrounding you with fire. Not fire that destroys, but fire that illuminates. Fire that uncovers. Fire that reveals. He is standing at the gate of your family history, sword drawn, declaring, no more deception, no more hidden lineage, no more false identity. The angels have opened the book, and heaven is declaring who you really are. You are not who they said you were. You are more. You were born for more. And this is your moment of divine correction. Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 777 is now awakening your hidden truth. Archangel Michael says, they thought you wouldn't see it. They thought time would erase it. But the silence they counted on is now betraying them. A mystery surrounds your birth, and it is unraveling under divine light. There are eyes watching you even now, and not all of them are innocent. Some are burdened with the weight of truth, too afraid to speak. Others are entertained by the illusion, whispering behind closed doors, weaving half-truths into blankets of comfort. And then there are those who knew, who always knew, what really happened, and yet chose the comfort of concealment over the courage of confession. But what they didn't expect is what's happening now. Your spirit is activating. Your discernment is rising. And your silence, it's no longer passive. It's prophetic. Your stillness has become a mirror to their guilt. They don't talk because they fear what you might remember. They avoid deep conversations because truth trembles at the edges of your presence. They misread your calmness as blindness. But Archangel Michael is here to tell you, heaven has heard the ache beneath your stillness. You are not crazy. You are not imagining the gaps in the story. There's a reason things never added up. There's a reason dates, details, and behaviors always felt off. That uneasiness in your soul was never paranoia. It was prophecy waiting for its cue. And now the cue has come. Someone in your life has carried a heavy burden for years. A sibling, an aunt, a grandparent. Someone knows. They've watched you grow up, holding on to fragments of the truth like shattered glass in their hands. They thought they were protecting you. Or maybe they thought they were protecting themselves. But what they've been protecting is not peace. It's a lie. A conversation happened behind your back the moment you were born. And that conversation shaped how everyone treated you, how they spoke about you, how they positioned you within the family. You weren't just a child to them. You were a disruption. You were a reminder. You were proof of something that someone didn't want exposed. But now, your very presence is pulling truth to the surface like a magnet. That's why you've been feeling the tension. That's why, recently, family members have been acting strange, more reserved, more distant, or oddly curious about what you're thinking. Because they know. They feel that you're awakening. And their fear. It's confirmation. Your silence. It's proof. Your avoidance. It's evidence that what you're sensing is real. Archangel Michael sees it all. He sees the conversations that happen in tones. He sees the letters that were never sent, the photos that were tucked away, the records that were edited. He knows what they buried. And now he is releasing spiritual pressure upon those who held the truth hostage. There will be slips of the tongue. There will be misplaced confessions. There will be dreams that disturb their sleep and signs that rattle their control. Because heaven has decreed, the secret must come forth. This is your season of divine disruption. You are not the one causing division. You are the one bringing correction. You are not the storm, they are. You are the one chosen to carry the truth forward. Type truth is rising in the comments if this message hits your spirit. Blessing code 999 is now covering your entire bloodline. Archangel Michael says, This is not personal. This is prophetic. What you are feeling, what you are uncovering, is not about flesh and blood. It is about powers and principalities. It is about assignments and altars. It is about purpose meeting resistance. Your birth was not just an event. It was a spiritual announcement. And the conflict surrounding your identity is not random. It's a reaction. You see, from the moment you entered this realm, heaven took notice, and so did darkness. Your arrival disrupted patterns. You didn't come through tradition. You didn't enter quietly. You came through mystery. You came with fire. You came with light. And those who were not ready to face the truth scrambled to contain it. But what they didn't know is that your life would become the flame that exposes hidden shadows in the bloodline. That's why this secret isn't just a secret. It's a spiritual stronghold. It's not just a cover-up. It's a curse that's run its course. And now, the divine order has spoken. The chain must break. The silence must end. The inheritance must pass to the one heaven has chosen. And that one is you. You were never ordinary. You were set apart. The people around you sensed it, even if they never said it. They saw it in your eyes. They felt it in your presence. They feared it in your questions. That's why they gaslit your curiosity. That's why they dismissed your intuition. That's why they smothered your voice in smiles and half-answers. Because you carried a vibration that threatened to shatter the false foundations they had built. But Archangel Michael wants you to know, you were never wrong for wondering. You were never wrong for sensing something deeper. You were never wrong for not fitting into their narrative. You were not made to fit in. You were born to realign the bloodline. What is rising against you now is not just emotion. It's resistance. It's generational. The silence, the confusion, the strange behaviors from family members. It's spiritual warfare dressed in familiar faces. The enemy is not them. It's what is working through them. It's the fear, the shame, the guilt, and the ancestral wounds that have hidden behind tradition for generations. But you were born to confront it. You were born to redeem it. You were born to end it. Archangel Michael stands with his sword drawn. He is not just protecting you. He is preserving your position. You are not the victim of this conflict. You are the victor being awakened. This entire battle, this mystery, this disruption, this unspoken tension, is because your purpose is emerging. You are the first in your line to carry divine clarity into the chaos. You are the first to walk in truth where others walked in shadows. And that will cause reactions. That will shake rooms. That will disturb spirits. But do not shrink. Do not dim. Do not fall back. The conflict is confirmation. The resistance is recognition. And the war is spiritual. Type "I am the breaker" in the comments if you know you've been sent to shift the bloodline. Blessing code 1212 is unlocking ancestral clarity over your life. Archangel Michael says, be vigilant now. Something is stirring behind the veil. Someone close is feeling the heat of heaven's spotlight. And their fear is turning into motion. A move is coming. A message is forming. A false gesture may appear before truth arrives. Stay alert. The hourglass is turning. The next 24 hours hold weight in the spirit. There is a ripple forming in the atmosphere, a signal that those who have hidden the truth are no longer comfortable in their silence. Heaven has increased the prayer, gilded tightening its grip. And now, someone is preparing to speak, not with full transparency, but with distraction. They may reach out, unexpectedly, as if out of love. But listen closely. This will not be love. This will be diversion. It will be an attempt to cloud your awakening with emotion. An old photo may be sent. A random call may come. A half-hearted apology may surface. But none of these things are coincidences. They are tactics. Emotional bait meant to draw you away from the clarity heaven is birthing inside of you. Because your awakening is dangerous to the lie. And the moment you start seeking truth, those guarding the secret will start scrambling to control the narrative. Archangel Michael hath been watching closely. The spiritual realm is tense right now because your spirit has reached a level of clarity that threatens everything hidden. There is talk happening in the background. Whispered concerns. Late-night conversations. Surveillance disguised as checking in. They may pretend not to know what's happening, but deep down, they feel the shift. They feel the divine pressure. They feel your light breaking through the veil they crafted so carefully. And now they are trying to stay ahead of your discernment. Watch for sudden invitations. Watch for unexpected friendliness from distant relatives. Watch for vague conversations designed to confuse. These are not random. They are calculated. The enemy often uses familiarity to breed confusion. But Archangel Michael says, do not be deceived by the softness of their tone. There are snakes in sheep's clothing. There are actors in your circle. And some are rehearsing their lines right now. You must not answer every call. You must not entertain every message. You must not accept every olive branch. Because some branches are poisoned with guilt and fear. This is your moment to trust your intuition more than you trust their explanations. Heaven is not asking you to be suspicious, but to be spiritually discerning. Because in the next 24 hours, someone may try to interrupt your clarity. Someone may attempt to write history in your presence. Someone may drop hints without admitting truth, hoping you will pursue it further. But you must. You must press in. You must guard your spirit. You must understand that what happens next is critical. This is the hour of spiritual alignment. And your silence, your strength, your stillness will speak louder than their noise. Archangel Michael says, do not move unless heaven moves you. Do not answer unless spirit prompts you. Do not react. Respond only in righteousness. This is the time to observe without engaging. To listen without surrendering your clarity. To stand still while the storm reveals its own chaos. The enemy is hoping to provoke you into doubt. But you are not to be provoked. You are to be grounded. Anchored. Protected. The sword has been drawn. The judgment hath been released. The uncovering has begun. Type I will not be distracted in the comments if you are ready to guard your breakthrough. Blessing code 444 is now forming a wall of divine protection around you. Archangel Michael says, you do not need to chase truth. Truth is already chasing you. You do not need to explain yourself. You were never the confusion. You were always the clarity. And now, more than ever, you must stay grounded. You must remain centered in the calm that heaven is pouring into your spirit. Because while the storm rages around you, the greatest weapon you carry is not your voice. It is your stillness. They want a reaction. They are waiting for you to snap, to doubt, to question out loud in desperation. They want you to spiral so they can point and say, see. They're unstable. That's why we never told them. But your restraint is prophetic. Your silence is spiritual warfare. Your refusal to be pulled into chaos is your armor. Heaven is not calling you to fight the way they fight. You are not to respond in pettiness. You are not to stoop to manipulation. You are not to match their energy. You are called higher. And right now, Archangel Michael surrounds you with angelic stillness, a shield of divine quiet that muffles the noise of accusation, deflection, and confusion. You are not here to prove anything. You are here to be, to exist in full alignment with truth and light. There will be moments ahead that test this stillness. The closer the truth gets to the surface, the more those involved may try to bait you into responding. They might say things designed to sting. They may suggest that you're making things up. They may accuse you of stirring up problems or breaking peace. But understand this: there was never peace, only silence. And silence is not peace when it's built on a lie. What you are doing now is not destruction. It is divine correction. You are not breaking the family. You are breaking the curse. You are not dividing the home. You are dividing truth from deception. And heaven is backing you. You are surrounded by divine intelligence. You are encircled by heavenly watchers. The Spirit is whispering to you, not in panic, but in peace. Do not explain. Do not chase. Do not engage. Let your silence provoke reflection. Let your stillness convict their spirits. Let your peace become their pressure. You are being asked to rest now, not in ignorance, but in divine trust. Trust that the truth will surface at the appointed time. Trust that the one who sees all is already moving in your favor. Trust that the same Spirit that revealed the stirring in your heart will reveal the full story soon. Archangel Michael has assigned angels of discernment to you in this very hour. You will know who to trust. You will know when to speak. You will know how to move. You will sense the shift before it comes. And you will carry yourself with the grace of someone who understands. Your identity is not built on their confirmation. It is built on heaven's revelation. So rest now, chosen one. Not because the battle is over, but because heaven is fighting it for you. You don't need to raise your voice. Your silence is a sword. Your stillness is a storm. Type "I choose stillness" in the comments if you will let heaven fight for you. Blessing code 888 is now encamping divine peace around your heart. Archangel Michael says, you are no longer who they thought you were. You are no longer who they tried to shape you to be. What they bearing, heaven has resurrected. What they hid, God has now placed in your hands. The lie that kept you small has crumbled under the weight of your awakening. The shift has already begun, and now, the rise must follow. They called you the black sheep, the quiet one, a sensitive one. They positioned you as weak because they feared your wisdom. They underestimated your discernment because they hoped you'd never fully access it. They tried to contain you in labels, in roles, in expectations, but none of those cages could hold the fire inside you. Because you were never meant to be molded by man. You were formed by the Spirit. And now that Spirit is lifting the veil not only over your family's lie but over your divine identity. This isn't just about what they did. This is about who you are becoming. And Archangel Michael declares, you are rising. The timelines have shifted. The atmosphere has changed. The old story has lost its grip on you. You are not here to continue the dysfunction. You are not here to carry the guilt, the shame, or the generational secrets. You are here to write the narrative. You are the interruption sent by heaven. And the shift that once scared you has now become your sacred mission. What you thought was betrayal is actually alignment. What you perceive as rejection is divine redirection. They couldn't see your worth because your value wasn't meant to be measured by human perception. It was designed to be revealed through spiritual revelation. And now, that revelation is complete. There is power rising in your voice, even when you're silent. There is authority in your steps, even when you walk alone. You are carrying not just your own healing, but healing for the ones who will come after you. What they tried to suppress has become your superpower. What they tried to erase has become your evidence. And now, the anointing on your life is undeniable. You are sealed by fire. You are marked by light. You are surrounded by glory. You are no longer the version of you they thought they controlled. You are the version God designed, whole, wise, awakened, and walking in prophetic clarity. Archangel Michael stands beside you as you emerge. This is your public rise from a private war. This is your resurrection from confusion. This is your elevation beyond the chaos. And nothing they say, nothing they attempt, and nothing they whisper in dark corners can undo what God has set in motion. You are not afraid. You are not shrinking. You are not broken. You are blooming. You are building. You are breaking barriers with every breath you take. The storm did not destroy you. It revealed you. From this moment forward, walk with your head lifted. Walk with your spirit open. Walk with your call intact. The family's secret tried to keep you small, but your soul was always destined for more. Type "I am rising" in the comments if you're stepping into your divine identity. Blessing code 313 is now anchoring your empowerment with fire. Archangel Michael says, the hour of revelation is no longer approaching. It is here. The silence is cracking. The truth is rising. The masks are slipping. And your spirit is stepping fully into alignment with what heaven has declared over your life since the very beginning. This is not just closure. It is transformation. This is not just justice. It is divine upgrade. You walked through fire with grace. You sat in confusion with dignity. You've carried questions like armor. And now, heaven is bringing you the answers. Not through arguments. Not through confrontation. But through clarity. Divine clarity. There will be a moment, sooner than you think, when someone cannot hold it in any longer. The pressure will be too much. The conviction too heavy. And truth, raw and unrehearsed, will break through their lips. It may come in a whisper. It may come in tears. It may come in rage. But it will come. And when it does, you will not be shaken. You will not be overwhelmed. Because the Spirit has already prepared your heart to receive it. The truth that was once guarded in shadows is now on its way to your doorstep, wrapped in divine confirmation. Someone will come forward. A relative. A lost friend. A person connected to the original deception. They will come not of their own strength, but because heaven has stirred their conscience and sent your name echoing through their sleep. They will try to explain what happened. They will say it was complicated, that they were protecting someone, that they were trying to preserve peace. But as they speak, your soul will know. You won't need every detail. You won't need every excuse, because your spirit will resonate with what is real. Truth recognizes truth, and you were made for this moment. Archangel Michael assures you, this is the final test before your elevation. The enemy thought the revelation would break you, but instead, it will build you. What they thought would devastate you will define you. You are not the product of secrecy. You are the prophecy revealed through fire. And now, with this divine confirmation, you will be elevated to a new level of spiritual authority. You will no longer doubt your intuition. You will no longer apologize for your knowing. You will no longer tiptoe around your gift. You are rising into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. And this breakthrough, this sacred unveiling, is proof that heaven's word over your life cannot be silenced, delayed, or destroyed. You are walking into a new atmosphere now. An atmosphere of peace. An atmosphere of power. An atmosphere where nothing hidden can survive. In this new dimension, you will hear God more clearly. You will see people more accurately. You will discern motives with ease. And most importantly, you will walk in the confidence of someone who has seen the war and lived to witness the victory. The old narrative is over. The spell is broken. The truth has triumphed. And you, beloved, are the living evidence of divine justice. Type "I receive the truth" in the comments if you're ready for this final shift. Lesson code 555 is opening prophetic gates of transformation over your path. Archangel Michael says, now is the moment to move, not in haste, but in divine agreement. Now is the time to say yes, not to what they told you, but to what heaven is revealing. Your spirit is not confused. Your soul is not lost. Your destiny is not delayed. But your voice must speak. Your faith must act. Your heart must align. Because transformation without activation is incomplete. There is a power that rests in your agreement. Not just mental acceptance, but full spiritual participation. When you type it, when you say it aloud, when you declare it into your atmosphere, you are not just affirming words, you are unlocking dimensions. You are commanding the heavens to move. You are opening the gates of divine justice, clarity, and recompense. Archangel Michael is clear. Your response is not just a gesture. It is an invocation. It is a spiritual contract. It is you telling the universe, I am ready. Say it now. Type it now. Speak it now. Declare that you will no longer live under someone else's narrative. Affirm that you are the truth carrier, the curse breaker, the lineage realignment, the divine interruption. Say it not just for you, but for the generations that will follow you. Because what you're unlocking in this moment will echo into the spiritual DNA of your future bloodline. What you activate today becomes the inheritance your children walk in tomorrow. This is bigger than your emotions. This is bigger than your confusion. This is destiny calling for a signature. And your response is the pen. The spiritual realm is watching now. Angels are surrounding you, leaning in to witness what you choose. Because choice precedes change. If you choose to hide, the cycle repeats. But if you choose to rise, the atmosphere obeys. You must say it. You must release it. You must choose light, even when darkness tries to disguise itself as comfort. Even when family history begs you to let it go. No, this is not about revenge. This is about revelation. And the moment you activate your voice, you become the fulfillment of prophecy they never saw coming. Type in the comments. Shout it in your room. Whisper it in prayer. But do not remain silent. Let heaven hear your yes. Let the atmosphere feel your shift. Let the lie know it no longer has a place to rest. This is your moment to agree with God, to align with truth, to activate your inheritance. And as you do, divine acceleration will hit your path. Things will begin to move. Hidden doors will open. Long-standing blockages will break. The Spirit will respond to your agreement with uncommon speed. You are not alone in this. Every declaration is being met by angelic movement. Every word you release is shaking realms. So now I ask you, do you agree with heaven? Do you claim this truth? Do you receive your freedom, your clarity, your crown? Type I agree with heaven in the comments if you are ready to activate the shift. Blessing code 1717 is releasing divine acceleration over your life. If this message resonates with your spirit and you feel led to support this sacred space, consider giving a super thanks. with contributions of up to $20. Your generosity helps us continue to deliver powerful, spirit-led messages that awaken, heal, and empower. Every gift is deeply appreciated. Archangel Michael says, "You are not a victim of your family's story. You are the revelation that breaks it. You are not the forgotten one. You are the remembered one. You are not the mistake. You are the message." This moment, this truth, this unveiling was never meant to break you. It was meant to birth you. And now, the birthing is complete. You are not emerging, you have emerged. You stand now on the other side of the mystery, not in confusion, but in clarity. You are not shaking anymore. You are anchored. You are not second-guessing anymore. You are certain. What they tried to hide has only confirmed what heaven always knew. You were never like the rest. You were set apart. You were shielded. You were sealed. The secret about your birth did not diminish your power. It activated it. The silence they wrapped you in was not a sentence. It was a signal that something divine was within you, something too sacred for those who were not ready to steward it. And now that power is fully awake, now that light is fully revealed, now your soul stands upright, no longer hunched under the weight of lies. You have become what they could not imagine. You have walked through the fire and emerged untouched. You have stared into the storm and found your voice in the thunder. You have crossed the bridge between what was hidden and what is holy, and nothing, not their denial, not their delay, not their discomfort, can take this truth from you. This truth has become your armor. This truth has become your sword. This truth has become your platform. Walk now as the chosen one. Speak now as the ordained one. Think now as the awakened one. You do not need their apology to be powerful. You do not need their confession to be complete. You do not need their validation to be valuable. You were validated in the throne room of heaven long before their hands tried to write your story. Their ink does not matter anymore. The scroll of your life has been unsealed, and the truth is burning through every false chapter they tried to write over your identity. Archangel Michael declares over you now, let them whisper, let them wonder, let them question, because none of it can stop what God has started. You are light in human form. You are revelation wearing flesh. You are the fulfillment of a prophecy your family did see coming. They thought hiding the truth would silence your destiny, but heaven used the silence to amplify your voice. And now that voice is echoing through generations, shifting atmospheres, and healing legacies. So, stand tall. Rest boldly. Move fiercely. You carry not just a name, you carry a nation inside you. You carry blueprints for freedom. You carry assignments that will shatter limitations. You carry the presence of the divine. And no secret, no lie, no shame can diminish what God has built in you. You are not a victim. You are the revelation. You are not the hidden one. You are the heir. Let them whisper. You rise. You rise. You rise. Type "I am the revelation" in the comments if you receive this final affirmation. Blessing code 000 is sealing this cycle with divine closure and heavenly protection.